Hello. So, how did I pull up? Pretty good. I got home, I walked up the hill after my swim, and by the time I got to the car, I was like, I could hardly breathe. I was so exhausted. And then I wanted to vomit because I exhausted. I had such a big day. It was an awesome day. I got to see heaps of people in town. I love my town so much. I love my town. I don't think I could have done this anywhere else in the world. I couldn't have. I wouldn't have had the support. I wouldn't have been able to be as alternative as I am. I actually scraped out the smallest little bit of cannabis oil out of my very empty tin to try and get some, but there's none left. I have to make some. I have to get some stuff to make it. But I would still want to have it a little bit. I've had a slight bit of nausea today. Slight amount, not much. I've bounced back. Like, I had a visitor this morning and I got woken up and I was like awake and I thought I was going to be dead today. I got my grandkids tonight. I ate Chinese. I haven't eaten Chinese in maybe 5 years. Something like that. I haven't been able to eat food like that. I didn't have much, but I had a little bit, and usually it's way too rich for me. Oh, maybe I've had it a few years ago, but I haven't had it for a long time. So, yeah, that was good, and I just feel, like I said, I feel healed. I feel like I'm doing it now. After what I've been through, there's no way I can think, oh, well, I'm just having a good day or something. No. I mean, even once I got off my blood pressure tablets, which was years ago now, I had high blood pressure from the age of 14. Never, ever had normal blood pressure. And that started like years ago now. I got off them. So it's been a slow progress, but I don't think not many people that know me, have any idea of what I've been through. None. They got no comprehension of how sick I was. Even the nurses, when I went in there, it took a few times for them, a friend that was a nurse to explain to me that I'd been in pain my whole life, and then another nurse to explain it to me that I lived at a pain level of about 7. So that's why whenever I used to go into hospital and they'd say, what is the pain at? I didn't know what they meant. Or, where is it? We mean, where is it? It's everywhere. I'm only coming in here because I can't stand it anymore. So for me, if I went to hospital, it was past 10, and I lived in a 7. So I know I'm on painkillers, but I don't give a fuck about that. As far as I'm concerned, my mum should have been giving me that as a baby in my bottle. My mum she was into alternative medicine. If the stupid government hadn't taken away how magic herbs, tried to fucking god over us, then my mum would have had no problem going to get some flowers out of the garden, putting some sap in my bottle and letting me have it and have a sleep and not have pain my whole life, and no one would have thought anything of it because it would have been natural, and just like anything that we use, it's natural, that works. But because you guys have gone and made it into this flaming concentrated patch that's so fucking strong that I have to be scared if my grandchild fucking picks an old one up and fucking puts it in his mouth because he'll die. You guys are nuts. But anyway, so I'm happy today because I know I'm getting better, but I'm also pissed off and a bit hurt, and realizing how many people were my friends before I got sick that I said I've got 12 months to live that never came. And I used to, while I was getting better, I was thinking to myself, well, at least maybe they just believe in me that much. They just believe in me, and so they just believe in me. That's how I kept myself from being hurt by it while I was getting better. I'm not going to go backwards from being hurt now. I'm just going to deal with the hurt now because I'm a human and I have feelings. And I'm not a sociopath. I have feelings and I'm not afraid to cry all of my tears or laugh all of my laughter. But I'm not a poor me. But I'm not going to pretend that things don't hurt because I don't need to live in a delusional world of only happiness and joy. That's a delusion that doesn't exist. True happiness involves all the emotions. The opposite to love is evil. That's the only thing we don't have in a good life. The opposite to happy is not bad. The opposite to happy is sad. And I'm happy and sad today. I'm happy for what my achievement is. I'm happy that I'm right. But that's not unusual for me. I know people find that frustrating about me, especially if they're arrogant. I don't know why, because I don't think I'm arrogant about it, and I can't help it. Maybe I should just, I don't know what I should do. Not speak? I don't know. But anyway, it's been interesting, an interesting ride, especially against the people that demanded that I go on dialysis at the beginning, that refuse still to this day to apologise or say they're wrong, like my doctors when I asked him last week or 2 weeks ago, when are you guys going to say you're wrong? I came 6 years ago, 2 nephrologists and a doctor said I had 12 months to live. And every week since then, you have told me I am going to die. And he says, but science says I should already be dead. That's what he answered. But science says your potassium level is this and this. It's like his brain couldn't fathom the fact. I'm sitting in front of him. I'm like, I am alive in front of you. Did he say sorry? No, he didn't. He didn't say sorry. He had a theory now. I think I've already told you this, but his theory was my thing anyway. Now his theory is that my other organs were making up for it. That's not his theory. That's what I told him I was doing with plasticity of the brain. And if he has a theory now, could he have not said, maybe this could happen? Why has he always said I'm going to die? Why have all of them said I'm going to die? Even then he said I'm supposed to be dead. Science says I am supposed to be dead. He couldn't say anything. Science says your potassium level is so high that you're... And I'm like, I'm standing in front of you. I'm sitting in front of you. I'm alive here in front of you. So, yeah. I don't give a fuck if I die today. I proved my point. Dialysis, if you don't have a transplant, they say gives you 5 to 10 years. So even if I would have gone on dialysis and add the 12 months they gave me, which I wouldn't have had because they put you on dialysis before you go into complete failure, and I was just about there already when they gave me 12 months, and then I went into it. So, as far as their tests go, so I would already, who knows, I could already be dead if I would have done it, and I would have been sitting on a machine. And yeah, I've been sick and all that, but I've done it my way. I've lived my life. I've had an amazing journey. I've had the last 6 years of my life have been amazing. I've faced every fear, every emotional blockage. I've thought of every person that's ever hurt me. I've gone through it in my head with love and tried to come at it from a loving perspective in my mind. They don't need to know. I need to know. That's it. Just me. How I feel about it. and how it sits with me. And then how I deal with them, that's also my business. And I don't need to explain it to them. But what I do know is that I hope all the people that I love, which is everyone, comes to a full understanding of what love is. And from what I feel, I've seen it and I've felt it and I feel like it's healed me. Because some of the people that have been in my life in the last few years and over, like, some have been there more, some have been there less, some have been there continuously, some have been there for more than others. But the ones that have been there, like, as real friends, have poured love onto me. Like, the love that I have received has been so abundant, so rich, so benevolent, so gracious, so humbling. And then the other side of it, are what I like to call the critical thinkers. And because they all are, pretty much, if I think about them in one way or another, they're all negative in some way or another. So I don't really... Is that a loss or a gain for me? I don't know. It's knowledge, that's for sure. I definitely have found out who my friends are. And I won't forget. It's interesting when you get better and you go down and you see everyone treats you. It's funny how people treat you. The way you look, the way you dress. When I looked like a junkie because I was really, really ill and I was on heaps of morphine tablets and stuff like that, I looked like a junkie. And I live in Nimbin, so people would judge me as if I was a junkie. And I didn't know what that was like because I've never been a junkie. So then I saw how they get treated. It's not very nice. I don't like it. I wasn't a junkie. But I had to keep telling him, I'm terminally ill, I'm terminally ill, I'm terminally ill, I'm terminally ill. Which I didn't want to do because I was trying to heal myself. So I don't want to be judgmental. But I heard today someone said there's a difference between judging and using judgment. And you'd be stupid not to use judgment. Like, you can love people, but accepting unacceptable behaviour is not love. And just being nice to people because you're lonely or whatever and you want them around, or talking shallow shit just so you won't be alone, oh, that's cool for you if you want to do it, but that's not for me. I don't want to have shallow conversation. I'm not interested in it. I am not interested in it whatsoever. So people that... I've had friends in the past that have said, can't we just talk about... Like, why do you have to be so deep? Because that's how I talk. I don't see the point of being so shallow. To me, it's a pointless waste of time. And life, as much as I believe I can live forever, I believe every moment is precious and unique. And I want to live it fully. So, and I want to live it in a good way. I want to have a richness, a fullness, a wholeness about it. I don't want to skim the surface of it. I don't want to sniff at it like it's not good enough for me. I want to drink it in. And the people that have poured love onto me are people that aren't afraid to love, aren't afraid to drink life in and give life out and be part of life itself. I don't know how else to explain it. That's what I can say about all of them. They're all the givers that I've come across. They're alive. They're more alive. They're deep. They're more considerate. you could have them stay at your house and they wouldn't annoy you too much after a few days. You wouldn't want to kill them after a few days because they're considerate. They'd think about what they were doing. They'd think about what they do affects you. And I think there's a lot of people out there that don't consider other people. They're too busy being poor me's. And I feel like I've been a poor me, but not in that way. I've literally been ill, very, very ill, and been given very little sympathy. And I don't blame everyone else for getting very little sympathy. Because I'm not a crier. Like I said to the hospital, when I went in there and they wouldn't give me any morphine, it was a new doctor because he thought I was some junkie wanting a free jab. I said, just because I'm not crying like a crying mess, because I'm tough, doesn't mean I'm not in pain. I get angry if I get in real pain, I get angry. I still don't lose my temper, but I get angry and I'll scream and yell, but I don't lose my temper. I know I don't. I don't care what other people think. I know who I am. And I know if I lose my temper or not. And I don't. I'm in control. I just know how far I'm willing to push it. And most people probably wouldn't act that way because they'd be embarrassed. I don't care. I'm not embarrassed. Sometimes you have to cause a commotion. And there's like Jordan Peterson, I've talked a bit about him. He's done this thing about how you should talk calmly and all that. And that's how people listen. And I've noticed that con men, if you meet a con man, if you meet someone who looks really tough and scary and they've got a really soft voice and you think, oh, they're not tough and scary, they're a big teddy bear, they're probably a con artist. Probably. People that are true con artists, I've noticed, they still look like hard, but their voice is what tricks you. They trick you with this soft voice. And people do that with being nice and like grammar and shit. Like, if you can spell, then you're smart. Well, I'm a genius, bona fide, and I don't mean just high IQ. I mean all the tests that you can do on like where you sit in different personality tests and fucking if you could be a CEO and all those they did all kinds of tests on me and I blitzed them all right. I can't spell for shit. I can if I really try, but I'm an auditory learner and the English language doesn't make sense that way, so I'm a genius and I work with things that make sense. So I don't work by rote or memory. Masterminds work that way. So if you're a really good speller and you've got a soft voice and you never swear and you never lose your temper and you can speak nicely and you're charming, you're probably a sociopath. That's the truth. Go ask any specialist psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever, clinical psychotherapist or whatever. Go ask them, they'll tell you. That's what sociopaths are like, and there's a lot of them around. I don't think they're incurable. I think they just don't understand love yet, and they need to learn it through sensation. And I've said before, I'm going to talk about this later on, because it is something I've looked at over the years, something I've been interested in, how their minds work, and I've got a bit worked out about it, because I've had a bit to do with them. So, yeah, that's something interesting that I'll do. But, so, I don't know, I'm thinking again, I've got some goals and aspirations. I'm going to start my magic shop up, finally, again, online, properly, eventually, at some stage. I'm still taking orders, bespoke orders, but if I answer you, but I do, and payment plans and all that, so I've still got people buying things bespoke, but yeah, I will get the shop up eventually. But I'm just really happy now with what I'm doing, and I feel justified. I feel self-righteous, but in a good way. And I don't feel bad about it. I feel like, fuck you. And like I said, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm a few different emotions at the moment because so much has happened, and the way people have reacted has been interesting and also hurtful, also amazing and beautiful, and wonderful. And yeah, it's been, I would have to say, this ride has been the most exciting one I've ever done. And I've done a few in my lifetime, a few exciting journeys, but this one was awesome. I laughed a lot of the way, I have to say. I should have maybe cried, but I thought it was better to laugh, so I did. And yeah, I'm probably making no sense, and I don't care. Because like I said, I don't think anyone can really comprehend what I've been through, because I hide it well, and I'm not a sook. And most people don't care to, really. They don't want to know. Because if they do, they're like, oh, but you feel, then they feel like responsible, and they might have to do something then. And people don't like guilt. So they just avoid guilt, not by not doing the wrong thing. They avoid guilt by just not thinking about it, which I think is really archaic, stupid, not gonna give you, it's not making you fit, mentally fit. If it's survival of the fittest, I don't think they're gonna be fucking up the front. Anyway, what would I know? I'm just a crazy lady from Nimbin, and I'll just stay that way. And I just saw a fairy. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just a crazy lady from Nimbin. What the fuck would I know? I know lots, but I don't know how much I'm going to say, because I'll tell my friends what I know. I think. I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep doing this vlog thing. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. I probably will for a bit. I don't know. I probably will. I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. This video's gone way too long. I should just cut it off. No one's probably even watched this far, because I'm just really talking nothing now. But all I can say is, I don't know if you can put your feet into what it's been like from what I've told you, and to have healed myself by telling myself I could do it and I could live, and by keeping that belief strong. And I mean, there's lots of other things that have helped as well, but I've literally performed a miracle and nobody's saying anything. I've worked out the maths to conscious life. Literally, I have the maths to conscious life. If Stephen Hawking's come up with this, it'd be all over everywhere. I can't get it. I have to write a thesis to get it out. And even then, I'm not going to explain it like I know it. Well, when I get recognised, then I will. And I'm not going to do anything really to get recognised. And I think because of what I talk about on YouTube, I'm flagged. Because I've had other people talk to me about it too. It seems that, and I've seen it happen too, if you talk about things that they don't seem to like illegal activities or whatever, they are what they consider illegal activities. They flag you. You don't. I don't know. I'm getting views that I'm not getting. That's what I know. People are watching and I'm not getting the views. So that's a definite. And I've had other people on YouTube say the same thing. And I've seen people that have started to make it and looks like then they get flagged and then it's like it drops all of a sudden. It's like, what the fuck is going on there? So there's all weird shit going on with the internet at the moment and all of that. And I don't care. I so don't care. Because I know it's all going to be alright. I just totally know it's going to be alright. I think now the world, people are going to have to face themselves now. That's what's happening now. It's now time for people to face themselves. And there's going to be examples of people that have faced themselves and will still keep standing. And while others fall around them, they will keep standing. And the others will just fall and they'll keep standing. Because they've faced themselves, they've faced fear, and they are love. And that's me, I'm one of them. And I'm still standing and I'm not going to stop. And I stand for love. Anyway, my greatest wish for today is that my real friends also stand for love with me forever. See you, love you, bye.